All right, today's video I feel like is just plain funny. And it's about Marjorie Taylor Greene and a congresswoman by the name of Marie Newman. And what it amounts to is the Congress voted on this Equality Act, which would force girls to compete with biological boys in school sports and stomps on religious liberty laws. And so these two basically live in the same hall of Congress right across from each other. So the Democrat decides she's going to post a video of herself hanging a transgender flag outside of her office directly across from Representative Greene's. And she tweets, "Our neighbor, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, tried to block the Equality Act because she believes prohibiting discrimination against trans Americans is disgusting, immoral, and evil. Thought we'd put up our transgender flag so she can look at it every time she opens her door." And so Newman wrote this and added the winking and trans flag emojis. Marjorie Taylor Greene, not to be one-upped, she retaliates, and she hangs a sign outside of her office across from this woman saying, "There are two genders, male and female, and trust the science." And she posts this up and mocks her. So I'll show you that. So this shows you where our Congress is at and where these people are. Very petty, very childish, but also pretty funny. And to give you some thoughts of mine on this whole transgender people in sports, I really am very, very against it, and I'll tell you why. My daughter competed and won a gold medal in the Junior Olympics as a young girl, or as a teenager. And she would probably not have been able to do that in a few years when she's having to compete against girls with beards that are 6'4". It's going to be a little tougher. Well, she might have 6'4" because she was a tumbler, and they tend to do well when they're small. However, my son was also a tumbler, and I don't think that my daughter would have cared to compete against the guys in that event. And so you can say what you want to say about it, but if a guy reaches puberty and then he becomes a transgender, he's still got that muscle mass. He's still stronger and faster than a female. This has already been proved in Connecticut, where transgenders are starting to break girls' track records in high school. And because there are so few transgenders, what would be the chance of that randomly happening? Well, I don't think so. And so it's really a terrible thing. I hate to think about my kids and my daughter's daughters having to compete against girls with beards and very strong and very fast in gymnastics or anything else for that matter. So this isn't a long video. I just thought that was kind of fun and thought I'd throw it at you. And so I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you in a while.